Hello, and welcome to this podcast about returning an item. In this series, I will explain how to handle situations when you need to return a product to a store or an online seller. This is a very common experience, and knowing simple English phrases can help you communicate clearly and confidently. Returning an item usually happens when something is not what you expected, is damaged, does not fit, or simply does not meet your needs. In such cases, customers often go back to the store or contact customer service to request a return or exchange. In this podcast, I will speak from my perspective as a customer. I will describe the process step by step, using simple and practical language that can be used in real-life situations. You do not need advanced grammar to explain your situation. Short and clear sentences are enough. When returning an item, you may need to explain the reason for the return. For example, the item may be the wrong size, the wrong color, or not working properly. You may also need to show a receipt or proof of purchase. Some useful phrases in this situation include: I would like to return this item. I bought this yesterday. This item is damaged. This does not fit me. I have my receipt. It is also important to stay polite and calm during the process. Using expressions like please and thank you helps make communication easier and more respectful. In this podcast, I will go step by step through a typical return process, including explaining the reason, speaking with staff, asking questions about policies, and completing the return. The goal is to help you feel comfortable using English in a real store or customer service situation. Clear communication is the key, even if your sentences are simple. Now I go to the store with the item I want to return. I make sure to bring the product, the receipt, and any original packaging if possible. This helps the process go more smoothly. When I approach the customer service desk, I explain my purpose clearly and politely. I start with a simple greeting and then state that I would like to return an item. I say, "Hello, I would like to return this item, please." Then I present the item and the receipt. This immediately lets the staff understand my request. Next, I explain the reason for the return. It is important to be honest and clear. For example, I might say, I bought this yesterday, but it does not fit me. This item is damaged. This is not the correct size. This product does not work properly. Providing a clear reason helps the staff decide how to proceed with the return or whether an exchange is possible. Sometimes the staff may ask for more details, such as when I purchased the item or how it was used. I answer simply and directly. I bought it 2 days ago. I used it once. I have not used it. If needed, I also show proof of purchase. Here is my receipt. It is important to speak calmly and politely throughout the conversation. Using phrases like please and thank you makes the interaction more respectful and easier for both sides. At this stage, I have clearly stated my intention and explained the reason for returning the item. This allows the process to continue to the next step, where the staff reviews the item and return policy. Now the staff reviews my request and explains the store's return policy. This step is important because every store has its own rules about returns, exchanges, and refunds. I listen carefully to the information provided. The staff may explain how long after purchase a return is allowed, whether the item must be in use, and what documents are required. For example, many stores require a receipt and original packaging. I may hear explanations like the return period or conditions for acceptance. I make sure I understand these rules before continuing. If something is not clear, I ask simple questions. Could you explain the return policy, please? How long do I have to return this item? Is an exchange possible? Can I get a refund? Based on the policy, the staff usually offers several options. These may include a refund, an exchange for another item, or store credit. I consider what works best for me. If the item is eligible, I may choose a refund. If I still need a similar product, I may choose an exchange instead. For example, I might say, I would like to exchange this for a different size. I prefer a refund, please. Sometimes the staff may check the item's condition before confirming the return. They may inspect it to make sure it meets the requirements stated in the policy. If everything is acceptable, the staff confirms the next steps. I stay attentive and follow their instructions. If additional information is needed, I provide it clearly and calmly. At this stage, I understand the available options and decide how I want to proceed with the return. Clear communication and awareness of the store's rules are essential for a smooth process. Now the return process moves to the final stage. The staff has checked the item and confirmed that it meets the return conditions. At this point, I proceed with completing the return based on the option I selected earlier. If I choose a refund, the staff processes the payment return. I may be asked to confirm my payment method. For example, if I paid by card, the refund is usually returned to the same card. If I paid in cash, I may receive cash back or another form of refund depending on the store's policy. If I choose an exchange, the staff helps me select a different item. I make sure the new item matches my needs, such as the correct size, color, or model. If there is a price difference, I may need to pay extra or receive a partial refund. During this stage, I follow any instructions given by the staff. They may ask me to sign a form, provide additional details, or wait while the transaction is processed. I stay patient and wait for confirmation that everything is complete. I may also receive a return confirmation receipt. I keep this document as proof that the return has been successfully completed. If I have any questions, I ask them clearly. How long will the refund take? Will the money go back to my account? Do I need to do anything else? Once everything is finished, the staff confirms the process is complete. At this point, I thank them and leave the store. I also make sure to double-check that I have all my documents, receipts, and any returned or exchanged items before leaving. This step concludes the practical part of the return process. Clear communication, patience, and understanding the steps help ensure everything goes smoothly. Now I will talk about common mistakes people make when returning an item and some useful tips to avoid problems. Knowing these can make the process faster and easier. One common mistake is not bringing the receipt. Many stores require proof of purchase, so without it, the return may be refused or limited to an exchange or store credit. That is why I always keep my receipt in a safe place. Another mistake is returning an item without the original packaging. Some stores require the original box, tags, or accessories. If these are missing, the return might not be accepted. I always try to keep everything that came with the product. A third mistake is waiting too long to return the item. Most stores have a return period, such as 7, 14, or 30 days. If I miss the deadline, I may not be able to return the item at all. That is why I check the return policy as soon as possible after purchase. It is also important not to use the item too much before returning it. Some items must be in used or in original condition. If the item shows signs of heavy use, the store may reject the return. Another useful tip is to stay polite and calm during the conversation. Even if there is a problem, using respectful language helps communication go smoothly. Simple phrases like please, thank you, and could you help me are always appropriate. I also make sure to clearly explain the reason for the return. Short and honest explanations are best, such as, "It does not fit me. It is damaged. I ordered the wrong item." If I am unsure about the policy, I ask questions before proceeding. For example, "What is your return policy? Can I return this item without the box? Is an exchange possible?" Another helpful tip is to check the item immediately after purchase. This helps me identify any issues early and return the item within the allowed time. Finally, I always keep copies of receipts or confirmation emails, especially for online purchases. These documents are important if I need to return an item later. By avoiding these common mistakes and following these simple tips, the return process becomes much easier and more efficient. Now I will summarize the process of returning an item and conclude this podcast. Returning an item usually involves several simple steps. First, I prepare the item, the receipt, and any original packaging if available. Then I go to the store or contact customer service and clearly explain that I would like to return the item. Next, I describe the reason for the return in a short and honest way. This could be because the item does not fit, is damaged, or is not what I expected. Clear communication helps the staff understand the situation quickly. After that, I listen to the return policy and understand the available options. These options may include a refund, an exchange for another item, or store credit. I choose the option that works best for me and ask questions if anything is unclear. Then the staff checks the item and processes the return. If everything is acceptable, the refund or exchange is completed. I may receive confirmation or a receipt as proof of the return. During the entire process, it is important to remain polite, calm, and clear. Simple phrases such as "I would like to return this item," "Here is my receipt," and "Thank you for your help" are enough to communicate effectively. I also keep in mind common tips, such as bringing the receipt, returning the item within the allowed time, and keeping the product in good condition. Avoiding common mistakes makes the process smoother and faster. Returning an item is a normal part of shopping, and with a little preparation, it is easy to handle. You do not need advanced English, just simple, clear communication and basic polite expressions. This is the end of the podcast about returning an item. Thank you for listening and practicing.
Write one English word in comments. 5 people get 10 English lessons free.